Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at Disney and Twilio. Disney and Twilio both stock declared their earnings last night and they smashed their earnings and revenue. We'll also look at the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. It seems that we have the last 3 days of green days, and then people are started thinking, oh, maybe we're out of the wood. I don't think we are out of the wood yet, but we will have a look at the chart to see whether we are out of the wood yet. We on the NASDAQ we had about 18% down, and now we only have about 5% up. So it's not really but we have a look to see if we are above 20-day moving average or 50 days or even 200-day moving average. Disney smashed their earnings and revenue. Disney earning is 21.08 versus 20.8. That was the estimate. So they beat the revenue. Their EPS is $1.00 versus .61 that was estimated. So they actually did well, and their new subscriber is now 129 million, over 129 million subscribers. So it's that's for Disney Plus, though it's significant. On the other hand, Twilio revenue is 806 million, and the revenue is actually 0.15 cent. I mean, for Twilio that is expected to lose, but it was expected to declare loss, but then they declare positive revenue. And for Twilio, some days ago I actually made some analysis on Twilio that it was below part of the stocks that were below 200-day moving average, but it seems that Twilio is getting out of the wood. Let us have a look at the chart and see both Twilio and Disney. We will also have a look at the financial statement. Disney income statement, the last 4 years, 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021. What you need to see here is that it's 2018 59, 2019 69, there is 65. Then you should drill down to check the difference, why this happened. Either, okay, this is 2020 lockdown, it could be because of the lockdown. And 2021, you see, 2021 is grown, bigger than 2020. So what you need to see again is on the balance sheet. Let's look at the balance sheet. The balance sheet shows that okay, here 4, 5. What I'm trying to show you that if they're growing on a yearly basis. As you can see, this is proven it's growing on a yearly basis. 2020 is actually cash and cash equivalent was higher than 2021. For whatever reason, what we need to look at here in a balance sheet is their liability. So let's quickly look at their total liability, total asset, total liabilities. Total liability is 105 billion for Disney. For the last fiscal year. So let's look at the cash flow. The cash flow is very important. Cash flow for Disney. You can see net income here, but for the cash flow, we will look at total free cash flow. But I think here they use net cash flow. So as you can see, Disney is not buoyant. It's not making money. This is negative. This is negative. We are looking at income statement for Twilio. Total revenue 399, 650, 1.13 billion, 1.17 billion. It's growing from 2019 to 2020. That's a growth on it. Can we go to balance sheet? I want to see the total liability. That is the key. That's what I want to see. Total liability. The total liability here is, it's not significant. It's not a lot. It's not. It's not a lot. So this is just barely over 1 million. So it's not a lot. Can we look at their net cash flow on this NASDAQ? It shows net cash flow. Some other places you will see free cash flow. So can we check on the net cash flow? It's $680,000. This is not in million, in thousand. So uh, Twilio is still a growing company. Is a growth stock.
Disney daily chart. Disney declared its fourth quarter earnings last night and the stock jumped about 9%. Let's look at this technical chart in details. We can actually see a bullish reversal. This is an hammer that has turned into another anchor candle. This is on a daily, and this is very significant. It's actually this very candle is sitting on the 20-day moving average. This 20-day moving average line stand as support. So let's see if it's going to hit the 50-day moving average that stands there as resistance. If we can break this on the other side, break this through, then we will be looking at a bullish trend for, we will be confirming a bullish trend for Disney. However, Disney has not been one of my own favorite stock. I owned it during the lockdown, and it took forever to even do a single movement. Um, let's look at the weekly chart. Let's see what we can get from the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, okay, this there is a bullish reversal candle here, which is very significant because it's sitting on a 200-day moving average. And after this, we have seen two other candles that signals an uptrend. However, it's still under 20-day and 50-day moving average on a weekly chart. This is beginning to look like Disney has seen a reversal. So for Disney lover, and the earnings, of course, it wasn't too bad, even though I'm not moved by that earnings. I strongly believe that there are other places you can put your resources and you will get better dividend and even the upside than Disney. So let's look at another stock that actually that is making the news. I would say Twilio. Twilio is making the news for some reason. Let me come to on that check. I know I did some analysis on Twilio. It was grouped under stocks that were down almost, they were trading under 200 moving day average. However, let's have a look at see where Twilio is at the moment, because I could understand that Twilio actually has a jump. Sorry guys, I'm still looking for it. Twilio had a jump, which meaning that it had a gap overnight based on maybe their earnings or whatever. Okay, we're looking at Twilio here. We're we're looking at Twilio. This is Twilio. Twilio actually closed 202 yesterday. I think on the news, or sorry, it was already like 20% um, um, higher pre-market. You can see here it's $286 already pre-market. So um, let's have a look. Okay, Twilio, the chart also looks very similar to Disney in the sense that we can see a bullish reversal. Whether it is significant here or not, but you can see that this candle was below 200-day moving average. The 200 moving average serves as resistance here. This other candle stands on it, and here it has broken it over. So we are on a weekly, we are over 200-day moving average, or just at the edge here. Let's look at on a daily chart. Let's drill down to see. Uh, okay, on a daily chart where this candle actually closed on 20-day moving average. So we are not out of the wood yet for Twilio. However, the jump in price is significant. Over 20% is significant. Then this is 50-day moving average, and then but also I said it before. One of my strategy, when any of my stock gap down, like what you can see here, I will wait. I expect it. I know that he will. gap up back. So let's hope that this trade will lead us to where it will gap up back. We are seeing a signal for a reversal. So let's watch Twilio. Let's go on um, let's go on S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Okay, guys, we are looking at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ also had a gap up, was out yesterday. Now let me say this clear. On the NASDAQ, we're looking at the daily chart now. We have seen that it has crossed over 20-day moving average. It has not crossed over 200-day moving average, neither 50-day moving average. Any green candle will look nice, even if it's 1%. The last, we've had like 3 consecutive days of greens and people start feeling relief. Guys, we're not out of the wood yet. When a stock dropped about 18% from the high, this January alone about 15%, and it only gained 4% over 3 days or so. It feels relief, but we're not out of the wood yet, guys. For what I can see here, let's have a look at S&P 500. The S&P 500 on a daily chart, you can see that we also had a gap up here too. See, and let me say this: that we have a gap up here on S&P 500. I'm not moved. It's not significant. However, I'm not even impressed. You know why? This gap has to be filled. And how is it going to fill it? It has to come back down, guys. It has to come back down. So we're not out of the wood yet. This is going to be either consolidating around here. It just tells you that this gap has to be filled. Whether it's today, next week, next month, this gap has to be filled. You need to understand that. Let's look at the weekly chart. Yeah, it's not very visible on the weekly chart, but it's there. But you see, 3 consecutive days of green look good on S&P 500, Dow Jones, and also on the what's it called again? NASDAQ. See, but guys, we're not out of the wood yet. Let's go back to NASDAQ. Let's drill down on a weekly chart. It's not visible, but there was a gap up. But on a daily chart, you can clearly see this gap has to be filled, guys. The gap will be filled back, definitely. You understand that? We're not out of the wood yet, but if it feels good to have some green days. Let's quickly have a look at Meta platform. That is Facebook, guys. The good thing about Facebook is it actually gap down, so we will cover this gap hopefully soon. And we have seen a bullish reversal for Facebook. You know, I expect Facebook to begin the journey of covering all this gap back. It's still under 20-day moving average, 50-day moving average, and 200-day moving average. So it's still a buy zone, guys. You can still buy it. That is good. At least my own satisfaction, my own metric. I have done that. So my own valuation, I added to my position. I have Facebook already, so I added to my position. As I said, let's have a look at Netflix. Netflix also had a gap down. So it looks like we have seen a reversal here too. However, I like the fact that there's a gap down here. We will cover this gap back on the upside, and there's a lot of upside on Netflix. So I will find a time, maybe in this week or so. I will do analysis between Netflix and Disney.
We have seen the chart, we have seen the financial statement. For Disney, I'm not a Disney lover. I don't have Disney on my portfolio. However, Disney is trying to bid for the NFL coverage, I think the NFL coverage is up for grab, but you need to check more because I think Apple and Amazon are also trying to bid for the same thing. And you know, this thing is not a match to Apple and Amazon. Anyway, guys, do your own valuation. Make sure these stocks are good for your portfolio. I have Twilio in my portfolio. I'm happy that you know, they declared their earnings and the earnings was good, and the stock has actually jumped overnight. But guys, do your own. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thank you for watching our channel. We will continue to give you educative information and, you know, good directions. Thank you.